I've never told this story out loud. Not fully, not honestly. I grew up near the coast, in a small town where everyone knew their place. There were families that mattered, and families that didn't. My family worked for hers. That's how I first met Ella. She was the kind of person you just couldn't forget. Curious, gentle, but with this quiet stubbornness that would surprise you. I was just a boy who'd learned early on how to be invisible, how to blend into the background. Somehow, though, we found each other. When we were just kids, we found this strange comfort in each other's company. We'd sneak away to the old lighthouse by the shore and share our small dreams. Not big, dramatic ones. Just the kind of simple dreams you have when you don't really expect life to hand you much. We just wanted a life that was quiet, and ours. Of course, not everyone was happy about our friendship. Her older brother Ryan never liked me. And looking back, I can't say I blame him. He saw me and he saw everything he wanted his family to escape from the small town life. The struggle? I was a reminder of a world he was desperate to leave behind. He wanted more for his sister, and I was just the gardener's boy. But as we grew up, our friendship deepened into something more. We made promises to each other, the kind you're too young to fully understand. We promised forever. We honestly believed that our love would be enough to protect us from anything the world could throw at us. We were young, and we were naive. Then, life happened, the way it always does. Her parents passed away, suddenly, in a tragic accident. Everything changed in an instant. The warmth in their home vanished. Ryan, burdened by responsibility, became distant and guarded. He was the man of the house now, and he had a reputation to uphold. Slowly, I was pushed out of Ella's life. It wasn't with angry words or a dramatic confrontation. It was worse. It was with silence. Closed doors, unanswered calls. The message was clear. I didn't belong anymore. So, I left town. I told myself it was just for a little while, that I'd be back. I had to believe that. Years went by. I built a life for myself, a successful one. I worked hard, trying to prove, maybe just to myself, that I was more than just the boy from the wrong side of the tracks. Then, a business deal brought me back to my old hometown. I didn't plan on seeing her. I didn't know what I would even say, but I did see her. It was at some local charity gathering. She was standing across the room, engaged to a man who looked like he belonged in her world. She was smiling, but it was the kind of smile people wear when they're trying to convince everyone, including themselves, that they're happy. And then our eyes met. For a moment, the entire room disappeared. All those years, all the silence, it all melted away. In that one look, we said everything we couldn't say out loud. We finally spoke, a few days later. Carefully, we tiptoed around the past like we were afraid of reopening old wounds. We admitted what we had both known all along, that we'd never really let go, that the story we started as kids wasn't finished. But reality is a cruel thing. She had a life now, a fiancé, responsibilities to her family, to her community, expectations she felt she had to meet. We tried so hard to do the right thing, to say our goodbyes and walk away, but we failed. For one brief stolen moment, we chose honesty over caution. We chose what our hearts had been screaming for all those years. And it was beautiful. It was perfect. But then, the weight of our choices, of our reality, came crashing down on us. The guilt, the secrets, the impossibility of it all. It wasn't long after that, Ella became ill. The doctors said it was a rare condition, something genetic, but I knew. I knew the stress, the emotional strain of living a lie, of being torn between two worlds, had taken its toll. It was a weight too heavy for her gentle heart to carry. I wanted to help, to fix it, to rage against the world for her. But I learned a hard lesson. There are some things even the deepest love can't fix. The last time I saw her, we met near the lighthouse. Our spot, the same place where we used to dream as kids. I expected tears, or anger, or fear, but she was calm. She wasn't afraid. She just looked at me and said she was tired, but she was grateful. Grateful that our story, even though it was short and complicated, had been real. That was the last time I saw her. She passed away soon after. Now, I'm an old man. I have a family of my own, grandchildren who run along this very same shore. Sometimes, when we walk, I find myself stopping near that old, weathered lighthouse. They always ask me, "Grandpa, why do you always stop here?" And I smile. I tell them it's because it reminds me of a very important lesson. That some people, some stories, they don't ever really leave you. They just become a part of who you are. And Ella is a part of me, always. Thanks for listening to my story. If you've ever loved someone you couldn't be with, maybe you'll understand. Be sure to subscribe for more stories from the heart.